Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzy for those of you who don't know, and today I have a very exciting June wrap up for you guys. This month I did not have the most amazing reading month, and that's in terms of ratings. Like, I read 13 books, which is a pretty solid amount. But I think I have like 6 3-star reads. Like, it was not a good reading month in terms of my ratings of books. So this might be a little bit more of a negative video, which is not going to be fun to film because I really hate not enjoying books and displaying my negativity towards them. But you know what? It's fine because I'm gonna be honest about my ratings. Alright guys, so the first 2 books that I read this month is Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms, and these 2 books are to be read in tandem. So a couple chapters here, a couple chapters here, and this is a part of the Throne of Glass series for those of you who don't know. I gave Tower of Dawn 3.75 and I gave Empire of Storms 5 stars. I really liked these 2 together. This one is definitely heavy on the storyline, heavy on the background of this, while this carries a lot of like the action, you know what I mean? So together they're definitely a 5 stars for me. Okay, so after I read those 2, I then went into this huge chunk of a book, Kingdom of Ash. And this book literally, okay, well obviously first of all I give it a 5 stars, like obviously. But this is the last book in the Throne of Glass series, and this was just such a good conclusion to the story. It was just so, the last couple pages literally destroyed me. Like, the characters that Sarah J. Maas conjures and creates is honestly unlike any other, and I know that I'm not alone in this opinion. But if you have not yet picked up any of Sarah J. Maas's books, I highly recommend, because she just really, she's a superstar. Like, she is the queen of fantasy. She literally kills it every time. And this one was just soul shattering, but in like the best way possible. Okay, so the next book that I read after that, I needed something cute and sweet and simple, because I had just finished such a ginormous series. I was like, I need to get into something that's like fairly simple and small. So I went into When in Rome by Sarah Adams, and I gave this book a 4.25 stars. I actually really enjoyed this one. It was just such a cute, lighthearted romance. Everything I needed after such a chunky series. It was so cute, so wholesome. Like, I just really enjoyed this so much. Like, it kind of reminded me of It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, because the 2 in this book are pretty much opposite. She's a singer and he's a pie maker, so she's all big town and he's like in a small town. So I just really love that, like, that trope. I don't know what it's called, but like, they're just total opposites. But yeah, I really did enjoy this one. So then after I read When in Rome, I picked up Carrie Soto's Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I gave this book a 3.75 stars, which was so surprising to me because I know nothing about tennis. I am not a tennis player. I don't even know, the only thing I know about tennis is how to spell it. Like, I did not know. But I picked up this book not understanding anything about tennis, but then like being on the edge of my seat the whole time reading this book. Basically, this book is about a girl named Carrie Soto, and she is like the world record breaker of tennis. Like, she's the best tennis player of her time, and she then retires, and then she witnesses someone breaking her record. So she then comes out of retirement and then trains and tries to break her record again. And it just completely it's Taylor Jenkins Reid just writes, like, she could literally write about anything and make it the most incredible, like, story ever. Like, I can't even believe that this is not a real this is not a real story. It might be like inspired by someone, but Taylor Jenkins Reid just like kills it. She's so good. But I gave it only a 4.75 because you're getting all this buildup, and I wanted something to happen in the last pages, and it didn't happen, and it just kind of like sucked a little bit. But I still really, really, really enjoyed it, and I highly, highly recommend this one. Okay, so then we kind of go into my not so great reads of the month. And the first book is in that category is Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams, and this is the second book in the When in Rome series, companion novels. This follows our sister. This follows our MC sister and then her bodyguard, Will and Annie. And basically Annie is a very sweet, innocent girl who likes to read, and she's very cute. And Will is like this big guy with tattoos. Like, it was very, I just don't know why. Like, I thought it was cute, but there were parts that I definitely cringed a ton at. I didn't really like being in Will's head because he just would say things and I'm just like, or he would think things and I'm just like, keep things, some things are better left in your head. Like, some things we shouldn't even know about as a reader. I just didn't really like his point of view a lot, which is so crazy to me because I love dual POV, but for some reason his point of view, he gave me the ick so many times in this book, and I don't even know how. It wasn't my favorite. And there's also a part at the ending that literally, like, I was reading it and I was like, no way that just happened. That's so icky. Icky, ooh, yuck. Icky, ooh, yuck. I think I would still recommend it though. But a 3.5 stars, like, I finished it fairly quickly. It was a quick read, which is why I gave it a 3 stars. So, you know, it was okay. You might love this book because I have heard some people devour and love this book. So, to each their own. Okay, so the second book I read after Practice Makes Perfect is none other than People We Meet on Vacation, and I have been avoiding this book like the plague for the last 2 years. I'm not even joking. I just have heard so many terrible things about this book that I was like, I'm never picking it up. I'm never even like delving into this book. But it's just always been like a curiosity of mine to like, what would I think about it? And I finally know that it's definitely my least favorite Emily Henry book. It's dual timelines, which I usually enjoy, but you're basically following these people who are friends and something happens in their friendship that then makes them break off their friendship and then not talk for 3 or 4 years, I think. And the reason for them breaking up completely, like, is so ridiculous. Like, I was like, no way that is, I was waiting for more. I was waiting for more juice, and there was no more juice. Like, it was just for the simple reason of what just happened, and it was, like, so dumb. I was like, I feel like this is just such a wasted book. Like, you wasted so much time on something so dumb and minuscule. I did like Alex though. I thought he was cute. Alright, so the next book that I went into is Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, and this is actually her very brand new novel, and I was so excited to pick this up. I do fairly enjoy Ali Hazelwood's books. My favorite will always be Love Hypothesis. So we just have some theoretical physicists in this book, and they, I think, are rivals, and one's a professor and one is like, it's just a lot of like the same Ali Hazelwood storyline, which is some people's cup of tea. Like, people love that. People eat it up. For me, it's just so repetitive. Like, I just can't take any more of it. I can't take any more science. This book had so much science in it, so much crap that I did not understand. It felt like a textbook for school. I did not enjoy my time reading it. I gave it a 3.75. It was just so much, and it's pretty thick actually. And I just felt like I liked our character Elsie. She's like known to be like a people pleaser in this book, and she does get a lot of very good character development through this book. Like, I really liked that aspect. But you just lost me at all the science. Anytime they talk about science, which is 85% of the book, like, you lost me, you lost the plot, you lost my brain. My brain is not computing. It's just like scanning words and reading them, but it's not, nothing is happening behind my eyes. No thought. So, but some people literally think this is her best book ever, which is totally fine. And honestly, I'm jealous. I have extreme FOMO. I want to love this book like everyone else is. So it's more so sad when you don't enjoy a book that everyone else is loving. But that is okay, because how boring would life be if we all liked or disliked the same books? You know what I mean? That's why books are so fun, is because we all have different opinions and we can all appreciate each other's opinions and not put other people down for their opinions. Like, I didn't enjoy this book, but I'm so happy you did, and I totally see why you did. So, you know, that's to people who are like, sometimes there's some critical people in the book community about books and if we like books, you know. So yeah, love theoretically. Okay, so then after Love Theoretically, after those 3 last books that weren't my favorite, I was like, I just need to get into something that I know will just keep me on my toes. So I picked up The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and I gave this book a 4.5 stars. This was just like the psychological thriller that I know and love, like plot twist in every chapter, like so many twists, like the plot is so good. It was creepy. It was just a perfect psychological thriller. It was like cake. I was eating it up. It was so, so, so good. So then after The Housemaid, I picked up The Housemaid Secret by Frida McFadden, and this is a part of this series. It just follows the same main character, and she just is doing a different job. I gave this book a 4 stars. I did really love it. It was just, again, a really nice psychological thriller that just had everything I wanted. I just liked the plot twist better in this book than in this one. It wasn't as like jarring in this one, but I still enjoyed both of these, and I still highly, highly, highly recommend you pick either one of these. Okay, so the next book that I picked up is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, and this is the second book in the Nyaxia series, and this is also the book that follows Serpent and the Wings of Night. And I love this one. I gave it a 4.75. This book just had so much character development, and also just learning more about characters and learning way more about their situations and like everything that we didn't really know in the first book we found out here. You just uncovered a lot in this book. This one was definitely a lot of like story development, a lot of plot. The pacing was still so good. The first book, I would say, was just a lot of action and a lot of just in your face, while this just kind of explained everything. So I appreciated this book. I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm so excited for the next one. The Songbird and the Heart of Stone is coming next spring, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The next book that I picked up is Pretend You're Mine by Lucy Score, and I gave this book a 3 stars. This is about a girl named Harper, and she gets like winds up in this town called Benevolence, Maryland. I live in Maryland. I didn't even know oh my gosh. I didn't even know Benevolence is even a real city, and I couldn't even find it on a map. So I'm not sure if it's a fictional city, which would be really weird if you made a fictional city in a state. I just find that to be kind of odd. And so this girl just winds up in this town, just winds up in this bar and meets this guy, and on night 1, they're sleeping in the same bed together. So she goes home with him, sleeps in the same bed together. Okay? This book is classified as a fake dating. There was no groveling. There was no buildup of relationship. They made each other's like likeness for each other known very early. They're not even fake dating because they actually like each other. There was literally no groveling, like no like pining for each other. It was not even like the third act breakup was so dumb because I was like, you lost all of me. You lost it because I just like, there was literally no groveling in this book, no build up for a relationship. It just happened. It was so insta love. It was so not good. I remember immediately picking it up and getting to like the actual legitimate insta love, and I was like, great. 450 pages, here we come. It was not a good time for me. It was not a good time. And I'm not faulting Lucy's score because this was in 2015. Like, this is a fairly older book from what she has written. So I am just saying, like, though the cover is cute, though the spine is adorable, the book itself, no good. Will I pick up the rest of the series to have the covers and the spines match? Yes, I am. Okay, so the last book that I read in June is Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister, and this is a psychological thriller. I gave this book a 3.5 stars. So the reason why I gave it a 3.5 is because this is the type of psychological thriller that is very story building. So this book is about a mother who witnesses her son committing murder, and she doesn't know why, she doesn't know what's happening. The next day she wakes up and it's the day before. And then the next day she wakes up and it's the day before, and then henceforth the day before until it's like 20 days before the murder. And basically she just has to uncover the root of the murder. Why is this happening? Which sounded like such an interesting premise. And it was reading it, but I got very bored in some parts because you're not really learning any plot twist or any like interesting thing that just kept me on like the edge of my seat. It was kind of a very blasé reasoning for like the main plot. Like, it just wasn't my favorite. But I can understand if you do enjoy this because I know some people like a slower paced build up, a slower paced thriller. And if you do, then I highly, highly recommend this one because I do appreciate a good writer, a good like plot. Like, I liked the plot. It was just too boring for me. I needed to be more excited, more on the edge of my seat, and I wasn't. Okay guys, so that is the end of my June wrap up, and I'm so sorry if this was a slightly more negative video than my other videos in the past. I just didn't have a super amazing reading month, and that's totally fine because I can't expect to just have 4 and 5 star reads every single month. Like, that's quite impossible. So I'm hoping for a 5-star read next month just to help me with my sanity. Like, I just need some more good books, you know, because that would be great. We all love a 5-star. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like, subscribe, do all of those things that you guys know how to do. If you have any video recommendations that you would like me to do, leave them in the comments below, and I will hopefully see you guys in my next YouTube video. Bye!